The scene is black and white on a dark and gloomy day in America as a family of four are setting out on a road trip across the states, but there's a big problem. It's strangely raining red negative dollar signs, and they're falling on the car's windshield. The wipers fail to brush them off, and they can't possibly see where they're going or the cliff they are dangerously speeding towards. Out of nowhere, they see a beautiful Corvette race by them. The paint job and the stark red, white, and blue contrast to the whole background, the stars and stripes clearly visible on the vehicle. The Corvette slides to a stop in front of the cliff as our hero Charity jumps out with an acrobatic move and uses her special DJ powers as musical notes emanate from her voice, clearing up the weather and making the red negative dollar signs stop. She then directs her music to the cliff, the musical notes calling her three trustees to action.
Chigaro, Crashes, Pithecus, I need you guys. Let's build some bridges.
The three seemingly alien wizards of unknown origin sweep in from the sky and shoot laser beams from their eyes. The beams creating three bridges through which the family and any American family can safely drive to make it across the dangerous terrain. Charity and her friends save the day. The family stopped the car once across one of the bridges because they wanted to know who their heroes were.
Gosh, thank you all so very much. How can we ever repay you? Wait, who are you all anyway?
No need to thank us, folks. My name's Charity, and these are my friends, Chigaro, Crashes, and Pithecus. We seek no reward except that you learn and tell others about social secharity.
Social what? Security?
No, social secharity, like my name. It refers to Route 664, the road to human kindness, and it's a way for you and the rest of the nation to save your future and endow America with financial prosperity.
Wow, tell us more about it!
You see, much like all of you, America is being overwhelmed by debt. And most folks can't seem to see the dangerous cliff we're approaching. With nearly $30 trillion in national debt, Social Security was designed for a few generations in the past, and it's quickly running out. We want more Americans to consider social secharity, which saves America's economy through the power of philanthropy, the love of humanity.
Social secharity gives you the power to give to the charity or cause of your choice, endowing them with financial security so they don't have to rely so much on Uncle Sam. That way, the government reduces your taxes, and you get a steady stream of income that has the potential to grow each year.
Many years down the road, at the end of your life, the remainder of the money you accumulated goes to endowing those philanthropies you choose so that your legacy will go on long after for your children and grandchildren.
If enough Americans choose social secharity, we could ultimately save America from a financial crisis and ensure your kids have a more prosperous future.
Who can we talk to about this?
You're in luck, folks. I represent a council of professional philanthropic advisors who can help you and all Americans create more charitable wealth for yourself and America. You can get in touch with them at socialsecharity.org. socialsecharity.org. You can also watch our weekly webcast called Route 664, The Road to Human Kindness. And tune into Route 664 Radio for some awesome music and engaging discussions. Like us on Facebook at Social Secharity. And with your help, we can endow America!
How are you, Caleb?
Good morning.
Good morning. So welcome to the Route 664, the Road to Human Kindness. And we always enjoy talking to young entrepreneurs and also young philanthropists. And you qualify in both areas. So I'd like to talk to you a little bit about, first of all, what's your educational background at this point? Where are you at in school?
I'll be a junior this year.
In high school? Okay. And you started this project how long ago?
The idea started at 8 years old.
8 years old. And what was the impetus behind that? What did you like about what happened when you were 8 years old that made this all work for you moving forward?
Well, I was looking for a pet rabbit on Craigslist after Easter and seeing that there were over 360 of them here in Minnesota, and trying to prevent the pet abandonment cycle, and see something that I was passionate about and something that I wanted to make a difference for. And then the business just grew and expanded from there.
So how does the business work? Just give me a little bit of a thumbnail about the business. What is the business end of it?
So the Peace Bunny Island is our incorporation. That's the for-profit side, and they own the rabbits and they own the machinery and different pieces. And then there's the Peace Bunny Foundation, and they are the nonprofit foundation that then takes the rabbits to do different programs. Mm-hmm. So there's basically two sides of our programs. We have the Peace Bunny Island programs, and those are birthday parties and senior centers and these different public events, wedding receptions, bridal showers, things like that. And then the Peace Bunny Foundation events, or the Peace Bunny unit, go to places that are dealing with loneliness, trauma, and grief.
So your for-profit side is, I guess, for the for events that are enjoyable for people, and the other side is to help people that are in trouble.
Well, it's more the incorporated side are ones that would then generate the income so that we can take the bunnies to go to different places.
Okay. So in essence, it's pretty complicated. Did you set this up by yourself? Or did you have help doing this?
I had lots of business mentors helping along the way, but it was the central idea that I created.
Okay. Your parents help you as well?
They do now.
Okay. Did they help you in the beginning?
Yeah, they were really big on the supportive and the dream idea, and basically going through the business logistics, because they ran a business for a really long time before I came into the world, and seeing and learning from them about the entrepreneurship side from them.
Okay. You know, the MBA, Masters in Business Administration, that's been taught by a lot of the major universities, has always been, in the past, it's always been about bottom line. You know, it was always about profit, and it was always about, it doesn't really make any difference how you get it, but let's get profit. And then when you're in your entrepreneurship, you're not looking at the bottom line here. You're looking at a lot more than that. You're looking at how you affect the community. How many employees do you have?
Right now, currently 3.
Okay.
We just had them for this summer when we're doing a pilot program in nursing homes.
Okay. And the pilot in nursing homes, how is that working?
It's been going good.
Tell me how it works.
Yeah, so we have lots of different rabbits that we take to a senior center or a place like that. And we have 2 models. The first is we have groups in around 4, and it's about a 15-minute session, and then we rotate them out. And then the other is doing an actual nursing home program where it's 30, 45 minutes to an hour of taking the rabbits and basically doing a program with them.
So, and this is all with rabbits. And how do you control that? I mean, you got a bunch of rabbits running around the place. I mean, are they on leashes or what? How do you bring the rabbits to the nursing home? And
so we have the bunnies in wagons, and then we have carriers that we stick in the wagons, kind of creating a little table. And the nice thing right now during COVID is that none of the animals are making contact with the ground, which then is safe for the rabbits and safe for the people. So the only thing that's making contact is the wagons. And then we sometimes we'll have them on provided tables that we put blankets on, and then the staff or the residents can come over and interact with the rabbits. And we have some educational facts that will teach the people. And when we go into like a hospice care or something, then we focus on more of the therapy side and having outcome goals, so like moving their hands to pet the rabbit and talking about their childhood. Lots of memory care, rethinking, well, if you had a pet, reliving old memories, things like that.
How widespread is your program? Where are you out of? What in other words, you're based where now?
So we're here in the Twin Cities in Minnesota, and that's our home base. In the process, we're expanding to different hubs all across the United States. We've done programs nationwide. We've gone to Connecticut, New York, Boston, Florida, um, California on the West Coast.
How do you manage that? In other words, if we wanted to bring your concept, if your concept has been in Florida, how will we bring it to South Florida and help people in nursing homes here?
Yeah, so then we have you have the staff people that are kind of creating the hub, and then they will go to a class called Bunny Boot Camp, which is
Bunny Boot Camp.
Bunny Boot Camp.
Okay.
And all of our volunteers and people that would foster rabbit through our program go to that class, and it's an hour and a half where they learn how to take care of rabbits, and then from there they and then the people that are looking to expand the hub then will learn more about how the program is structured and things like that. And then they will get they'll get like 8 to 12 rabbits at their hub, and then can take it to a specific facility or facilities or like a nursing home system. Like we have one that we're doing right now in Minnesota, where we're going to 20 different sites of this system on a calendar base.
How are those funded, Caleb?
At the moment, they're this is just our pilot, but into the future, we're hoping to make it so that it's then considered therapy. So then we have a therapist come in, and then it can be reimbursed through insurance.
Interesting. That's an interesting twist on that. So, I mean, rabbits, everybody talks about rabbits multiplying, so you never run out of rabbits, I guess.
Yeah, our number one job is to keep them separated. And then if we wanted to, with the different breeds we have, they're considered endangered. So then we strategically breed them, but our number one job is to keep them apart.
Okay. And I guess when you're looking at this from a business perspective, the business itself is what's supporting the nonprofit side, or are you getting contributions from people, and how do you get the contributions if that's the case?
We get contributions from both. So it's more when people are like, if people are donating or something like that, then they get to choose basically what events or where the money's going for. So if it's going for getting more rabbit food or more like new carriers or something that is a item or something that will help the business, so then it goes to the Peace Bunny side. And then if they're wanting to donate for an actual program or to then keep the program running, then it goes to the foundation side. So then people can
are you considered franchising this, or when you're talking about setting up these I forget what you call them, these, I guess, groups of bunnies that you're giving to other people. What'd you call that? You mentioned that before.
We just call it a hub.
A hub. Okay. So the hub consists of rabbits, and you then make that hub available in other places around the country.
Correct.
And you do that remotely?
So they were in the process of figuring out now with COVID rules and things like that, how to do it. Pre-COVID, we did have a few. We had one in Vermont right before COVID, and the way that was structured was they wanted the bunnies for short term, for only like a little less than a year. So then we brought the rabbits to Vermont. We did the bunny boot camp class. We did the educational stuff, and then they already had a program running there. And then they just incorporated rabbits into a separate program under their big branch. And then after that year was over, then we would just take the rabbits back. So it's not really a franchise because Peace Bunny Island still owns the rabbits, because most of the people that we do a particular hub, they're not necessarily long term. So we're thinking a year or 5 years, and then after a while, then that hub would then move to a different location.
Mm-hmm.
So like the southern Florida, for example, then you would have the rabbits for a few years, and then that hub of rabbits then could go to New York or could go to Cleveland or something like that.
You have any competitors?
I wouldn't call them competitors, because there are lots of great rabbit organizations that are doing stuff like this. But
I didn't realize that. I mean, are there really? Seriously? There's
yes,
a lot of rabbit organizations.
yes,
Organizations of rabbits.
there are a lot of people that bring rabbits to different programs. The difference between a lot of their organizations and ours is that a lot of the people bringing rabbits is one-on-one with their person with their rabbit. And the way we're structuring it is that we've trained our rabbits in our program, and then any of our volunteers can bring these rabbits. So then the nice thing is that if a rabbit is tired or they've said that I've had enough of this program, we can swap them out.
Okay.
So like in terms of the competition side, we can't even meet the demand to all the senior homes in the Twin Cities. Even if we all did senior homes, there still's more demand.
So that's actually an amazing. You've hit on a niche that's very popular and usable, and I must admire you for the thoughts that are going into all of this to create Bunny. It's called Bunny Island, right?
Peace Bunny Island.
Say again.
Peace Bunny.
Peace Bunny Island. Why peace?
So Peace Bunny was the last name of the original 4 rabbits that I got off of Craigslist to be our forever bunnies with our family. And the rabbits just had this very calming sense to them, and just Peace Bunny just stuck as the last name, and then basically named the business after the 4 that started it.
Okay. You're 17, which is even better. You're concerned about helping other people. You have a business that you started by helping other people. What do your friends think about this?
A lot of them just enjoy. A lot of my friends then do programs with me, which I think is really cool. And just like, actually yesterday we went out to the island and spent a lot of time out there training the rabbits and spending time in hammocks and just relaxing and escaping from the world and just relaxing with a bunny in a hammock. And then a lot of my other friends are excited to see where the business goes in the next year, 5 years, 10 years, and just excited to see the possibility.
Well, it's a fantastic thing you're doing. And so what would you want to say to other young people, to other kids out there, kids, you're not a kid, but other teenagers, let's say that, other teenagers, about the feelings that you get from what you're doing and why it would be good for them to think about something like this?
Well, it's all about making a difference and finding something that you're passionate about. If you're not passionate about it, then why are you doing it? You always want to do something that you love, and figuring out what that little niche is and then making it sustainable. And as a teenager, and then at the beginning as a kid in an adult world, it's very different, and learning that things aren't always cookie cutter and they're not always the way that it perceives, and seeing just how the business world works and learning from that and expanding on your knowledge as you keep going, and always thinking about kindness and how we can all make a difference, and together we can change the world one piece at a time.
One piece bunny at a time. I like that a lot. Thank you very much, Cal, for joining us on Route 664, the road to human kindness. You're all about human kindness and using rabbits for human kindness. It's really interesting, and I certainly applaud you for that. And I hope that other youngsters will follow in your footsteps and think about the world the same way. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate
Thank you.
it.